あ、あ、あ、あ、あ。よし。ということで、配信もスタートして、配信の力借りて、今日も勉強していきます。フレーズ音読と例文音読。フレーズで言うと、金のフレーズとか、英単語ピーナッツとか。で、フレーズだけだと飽きちゃうので、例文音読。フレーズ音読したら、金のセンテンス。例文の方。ピーナッツ英単語フレーズやったら、デュオ3.0、例文、フレーズと例文ね、できる範囲でやっていこうと思います。昨日は単語帳、いっぱいやったので、フレーズと例文やって、単語、フレーズ、例文 OK でインプットね、最近してなかったので、ちょっと一気に入れたいと思います。じゃあいきます。喉がねあれですが。Let's try anyway. Following the meeting, we had lunch. Please refer to the map. All company employees. What does my offer to do? Where does the speaker most likely work? Provide information about the product. Tickets available online. Speak at the conference. Purchase a book. みたいな感じでいきますね。テンポよくフレーズ読んでいきましょう。画面だけOBS OK で YouTube こちらです。でコメント打ててて音声いってると。大丈夫でしょう。The price includes breakfast, the sales department, contact manager. According to the speaker, what had changed? Meet with the client. Review the presentation. What is indicated about hotel? Attend workshop. Hire a new staff. Local business. Change the delivery date. Office supplies. Event will feature live music. Staff are required to wear a uniform. Interview process. Construction company. The service is provided free of charge. Construction materials. Complete a survey. Submit the form. Create a website. Increase the budget. Make appointment with a doctor. Request additional information. Fill out application. High production cost. Pay additional fee. Recommend arriving early. Receive award. Flight is delayed. Return policy. Sign a contract. Fashion industry. Tour a facility. Make a payment. Details of the plan. Express concern. Choose the cheapest option. Annual company picnic. I'll follow your suggestion. Confirm appointment. Please note that prices may change. Send the package. Review the document. Receive the coupon in the email. Pay extra fee. Law firm. Publish a magazine. Conveniently located near the airport. The show will be broadcast live. Project management. Natural resources. Toronto-based company. Our office is currently closed. Receive discounted rate. Receive financial support. I'm considering buying a house. Installed air conditioning unit. Allow employees to work from home. Assist the challenge. Assist the colleagues. Arrange a meeting. Reduce cost. Replace the batteries. Register for the painting class. Focus on your goals. Submit the proposal. Introduce a speaker. I prefer to work on a team. Pablo was recently promoted to the manager. An opportunity to work abroad. New line of clothing. An art exhibit. Take a tour of the property. Expand business. Host a dinner party. Reserve the meeting room. I'm pleased with the service. Follow the instructions. The latest traffic report. Receive a bill. 100. Research and development. Accounting firm. Company benefits. Rent apartment. Travel agency. Announce an upcoming event. Accept an offer. Customer service representative. Famous author. Meet a deadline. Local residents. Job candidate. Organize a meeting. Laboratory equipment. Release a new album. Product survey. Participate in a conference. A corporate credit card. Positive customer feedback. Join a committee. Make a reservation in advance. Employees are encouraged to attend the event. Approve the request. Reduce expenses. Renovation of the library. Excellent service. We need additional funds. Operate business in Canada. Submit the cover letter and resume. Reschedule an appointment. Describe the situation. Inform customers about new products. Victoria volunteered to work on a Saturday. Company executive. Use public transportation. Set up the branch in Budapest. A full refund. The project was successful. Return some merchandise. Thanks for reminding me. Request the cost estimate. Launch a website. We appreciate your support. Tracking number. Unfortunately, we missed the deadline. Magazine editor. Previous experience as a manager. Commercial real estate. Provide a letter of reference. Accept the invitation. Original receipt. Wide selection of foods. Attract new customers. Handle a problem. What is the purpose of the memo? Please sign attach the form. Correct an error. A city council. I'm surprised to meet with Mr. Saito. Regular business hours. The second quarter. Respond to the email. Furniture manufacturer. Cause a problem. Mobile device. Ship an order from the warehouse. This book contains useful information. Meet individual needs. Apply for the building permit. Tom was transferred to Sapporo. And finished the task. I intend to do that. Diego went directly to the office. Travel brochure. Enter the competition. For a limited time. A response to the consumer feedback. Safety procedures. Potential customers. George grew up in downtown Seattle. Moved headquarters to Sydney. Please provide further details. Request technical assistance. Distribute the document. Raise money for charity. I'm really impressed with your work. Seek a job. Largest employer in the region. We apologize for the delay. Let's have lunch in a company cafeteria. Propose a solution. Wide range of activities. Airline lost my luggage. Avoid wasting paper. Effective communication. Investment in real estate. General public. University degree in journalism. For the entire month of May. Work crew. 200。5分で100個って感じですね。Comfortable working environment. Conduct research online. Photography studio. Maintain a website. Meet customer demand. I was involved with a project. Make improvements to the website. The work has been postponed until Thursday. What are listeners advised to do? Obtain permission from the author. Reply to the request immediately. make electronic payment. Highly successful business. That's a great deal. Questions regarding our services. Determine the cause of the problem. Respond to the customer's complaints. Division manager. Richard retired last week. Choose a payment method. A rental agreement. The grand opening celebration. Use modern technology. Quality standards. Rebecca is responsible for training new employees. Enclosed is a copy of my resume. Meet specific needs. Renew a membership. You should definitely visit the shop. Popular tourist destination. Business district. Leading expert. Follow safety regulations. The mayor of Mayville City. Ability to work well with others. Temporary position. Review the architect's designs. Affect the price. Efficient use of space. Credit card statement. Useful travel tips. Admission is free. Time of arrival. Increase profits. A sports complex. Insurance company. Guarantee the lowest price. Finalize the plan. 3 years of related experience. Pay an entry fee. The firm was established 30 years ago. Our products are recognized for their quality. Demonstrate the product. Landscaping company. Sales tax. Apply for the grant. Earn the degree. Full-time employees. Security deposit. Monitor staff performance. Journal article. Joining rewards program. Status of the order. Nearly 3 years. New marketing approach. Contents of the package. Hand out flyers. Automobile manufacturer. Frank frequently travels on business. Various colors and sizes. Electric vehicle. That particular item is currently sold out. Legal advice. William is willing to help you. Printer is not working properly. Fill out a claim form. Drawing to win the prizes. New coffee flavor. Graduate from university. I'm familiar with the area. Elsa knew exactly what to do. An ideal place to work. Naomi lives in this neighborhood. Traditional music. Explore a city. Appropriate clothing for the job interview. The scheduled departure time. A large quality of food. The large quantity of food. Minimum of 5 years of experience. Identify potential customers. Sally is satisfied with the service. Environmental issue. Former employees for over a decade. I mostly agree with you. An initial interview. Significant increase in profits. Educational program. Declined invitation. In preparation for an event. 300. Suitable for all ages. Safety is our top priority. A brief survey. A reasonable price. Adjust the printer setting. Weather forecast. Fuel prices. On the company's campus. The company was founded 10 years ago. Agricultural products. Make a donation to the charity. Celebrate the theater's 20th anniversary. Store clerk. Alan is aware of the problem. Check the progress of the project. Overall sales. We are delighted to hear the news. Emphasize the difference. Vote for your favorite song. The book is worth reading. Thank you for your cooperation. Management structure. Combine 2 ideas. Software is updated automatically. Contribute to the team. Text Language Institute. The hotel is completely full. Achieve a target score. Air conditioner is not functioning properly. Work duty. Fear increase. Prevent a problem from happening again. I'm confident that I can do it. Technology enables us to work from home. Athletic shoes. Impact on the environment. Gail gained a lot of experience. Locate a missing item. Background in marketing. Will contact you shortly. A well-balanced diet. A source of income. Proof of payment. Gift on special occasion. Measure the size. Pay on a monthly basis. Problem still occurs. System is very complicated. The meal was absolutely delicious. Emergency phone number. Analyze sales data. A physical store. Praise an employee. Observe how the machine works. Earn a good reputation. Every aspect of the project. Appearance of the website. Children must be accompanied by an adult. Generous donation. Labor cost. Evaluate variable addition to the team. Noise was extremely loud. Analyze the soil. Relatively new product. The movie appeals to all ages. Edgar is eager to learn new skills. Cancel the event due to the storm. Lack of information. Teamwork is essential in our kitchen. Reflect the change. The area is surrounded by the mountains. You can ask questions afterwards. Work closely with suppliers. A compartment exhibit. You deserve the promotion. Existing customers. We regret the delay. Water treatment plant. Manager ordered a dozen pizza. Please proceed to the stage. Wireless internet connection. Rush order. Preserve the environment. Annual rice crop. Class is attained at the beginners. Normally I work at home. The second attempt to deliver the package. There are several factors to consider. Local election. Promising candidate. Keep accurate records. Latest research finding. Slightly better than average. This plant is native to the island. Recent economic growth. Settle into a new job. Gain practical experience. Apply for the scholarship. Import goods from overseas. Warm atmosphere. 400OK。Speak with the supervisor. Storage facility. Send an invoice. Costs associated with starting a business. Revise the schedule. Kitchen appliances. Ensure that everything goes smoothly. Cafe offers catering services. Reduce inventory. 3-year warranty. The company specializes in digital marketing. Retail stores. Marketing strategy. Consult the expert. Variety of food and beverages. Please notify us in advance. Prepare a meeting agenda. This trail leads to the waterhole. Sign up for the subscription. Food and beverage vendors. Safety inspection. Grocery store. Compare some fabric samples. Fill out paperwork. Trained personnel. Inquire about job openings. An experienced teacher. 2-year lease. Business has multiple locations. Assign tasks to the team. Recruit new staff. Attend awards at banquet. Conference venue. Complimentary breakfast. What can be concluded about Mr. Watanabe? Sculpture exhibition. In-person meeting. Relocate headquarters. Use fresh ingredients. Results were better than anticipated. You can reach me at extension 990, building contractor, certificate of the completion. The coupon expires on October 19th. Tour, assembly line. Eric, Eric is eligible for promotion. Hardware store. Review the itinerary before your trip. Highlight differences. Payroll policy. Look for the affordable housing. Administrative assistant. Enroll in a cooking class. Innovative product. Exceeds expectations. A valid driver's license. Light refreshment will be served. A merger of the two companies. Arts and crafts. Alternative venue. Historic buildings. Negotiate with the client. Qualified candidate. The hotel receptionist. The scheduled pickup time. Evaluate the product. Remodel and offers. Library patrons. Generate interest. Free overnight delivery. やだ、咳出てる。喉がやられてる。Advertising revenue. Summary of the report. Complete questionnaire. Tourism industry. Prior to the shipping. Household appliances. Acquire knowledge. Where the nearest pharmacy. Oversee day-to-day operations. Outline the plan. Approximately 7 hours. Improve productivity. You have done outstanding job. Implement a plan. Productivity for the new movie. I'd like the aisle seat, please. 300-seat auditorium. This computer has a large storage capacity. Hotel offers a laundry service. Fundraising event. Market trends are hard to predict. The store will reopen next Tuesday. Construction machinery. Car dealership. Lights in the hallway were off. Company initiative. Talented artists. Send information via email. Resolve customer complaints. Undergo training. Information packet. Biography of an artist. Engage in the market research. Movie inspired by the true story. Relevant work experience. Alert people to the approaching storm. The previous tenant. Media coverage of the sporting event. Art craft manufacturer. Power has been restored. Our products are sold primarily in Europe. Store typically close at 5 p.m. Reliable service. Free quote. Work a lot of overtime. Submit manuscript. Recipients of the grant. Protect wildlife. Flexible work schedule. Credit card transactions. Company has received numerous awards. Motivate employees. We are delighted to preserving the environment. Enhance quality. Daily commute. Coordinate an event. The first phase. Easily accessible by public transportation. Hotel accommodations. Rooms are equipped with Wi-Fi. Exceptional customer service. Long-term contract. Challenging task. Farmers in tax country. Please do not hesitate to contact me. Routine maintenance. Wear protective clothing. Thank you for your input. Video game expo. Mechanical program. Comprehensive warranty. Your prescription is ready for pickup. Acknowledge receipt of the letter. Authorized service center. Electricity usage. Dan was disappointed with the service. Review a plan. Retail outlets. Utility bill. Make a substantial donation. Improve internal communication. Loyal customers. New line of cookware. Boost sales. Knowledgeable customer service representative. We are committed to providing excellent service. Member of the Energy Commission. Project timeline. Souvenir shop. Exclusive interview. Exterior of the building. Tune into that podcast. I assure you that we'll succeed. I don't recall seeing him before. Scheduling conflict. Thank you for your patience and understanding. Simon enjoyed sightseeing during his vacation. Safety gear. We are thrilled to have a special guest. Transition to the new system. Company's mission. A service tailored to your needs. Nutrition information. Outdated TOEIC books. Reject suggestion. Electronic component. 違うな。いいんか。Urban planning. Make adjustment to the plan. Promptly address concerns. Professional accomplishments. コンポーネント微妙ですね。Electronic components. 丸しとこう。コーヒーがうまい。Attend the forum. Passengers on the domestic flights. Round trip ticket to Mumbai. Calculate delivery cost. A rise in popularity. Remote work. Encounter difficulties. Convert the garage into an office. Join the video conference. Postal code. Flash photography is prohibited in this museum. Assess risks. Clarify the procedure. Independent company. Urgent need. Skilled technician. Opening remarks. Weekday schedule. Personalized customer service. Remove stain from clothes. Pursue a dream. Seasonal menu. Strong presence on the social media. Bottom portion of the form. Recruit and retain employees. Mountains are clearly visible. All our products are thoroughly tested. Don't forget to take your personal belongings. Receive the paycheck. Delete the file. Dairy products. Collaborate with colleagues. Event will be streamed online. Group consists of 5 members. Assume a role. Where's Mr. Peterson? Profession. Play a crucial role. You're entitled to the discount. Enlarge the parking area. Form business partnership. Screen was scratched. Compensation package. Find a steady job. Enthusiastic response to the suggestion. Emerging markets. How does TOEIC differ from TOEFL? Critical factor. Consult a physician. Consistently high performance. Manufacturing sector. Reduce workload. Fulfill request. Cite an example. Diverse range of clients. Hopefully she'll be there. I haven't seen Lisa lately. Brand new furniture. Informal discussion. Materials shortage. Paint a portrait. Process is fairly simple. I'm sorry to disturb you. Modify the contract. Transform your dreams into reality with TOEIC. Eliminate security risks. Snow removal. Restaurants has recently changed ownership. Interact with customers. Sufficient time. Eventually, the problem was solved. We are striving to improve your service under any circumstances. Adapt to a new environment. Luxury car. Surprisingly, large number of people. Suspend production. Latest statistics. Result of the poll. Resign from the position. Express gratitude. 喉がちょっとやられてるね。Direct exposure to sunlight. Housekeeping staff. Vacant space. No pets allowed on the premises. We owe our success to our employees. Ease of use. Anna urged him to act quickly. Kindly RSVP to this email. んだこれ。Kindly RSVP to this email. Artificial flavors illustrate the point. It's getting cold outside, so dress accordingly. Access to the building is restricted. Mr. Jacob will substitute for Mr. Tsai. Favorable reviews. Alicia is asset to the team in a timely manner. That's a relief. Room is occupied right now. Teachers and students alike invest heavily in research and development. Outcome of the meeting. Peter was persuaded to change his mind. Instructions are confusing. Dispose of waste. Prominent business leader, both students and faculty. In-house designers. Rapidly growing business. Investigate the cause. Apparently, there was a problem. Capitulate the audience attention. Receive adequate training. Item will be shipped separately. Roger is really late for work. Concentrate on work. Abandon a plan. Objective of the project. Partial refund. Achieved the ambiguous goal. Use caution.ツイートしとこう。今日はよいしょ。よし、再開します。Hotel has on-site parking. We apologize for the inconvenience. Melanie will be your mentor. Where can I find the building directory? Empty recycle bin. Area of expertise. Renowned artist. Develop a prototype. Showcase new products. Garment factory. Install the plumbing system. spokesperson for the company, verifying an email address, state-of-the-art equipment. Rita was reimbursed for her travel expenses. French cuisine. The model was recently discontinued. Culinary school. A pottery studio. Return defective product. Create design portfolio. Browse a bookstore for the new release. Pastry chef. Durable materials. Cause major disruptions. Damage in transit. Textile manufacturer. Historic landmark. Fleet of vehicles. Project overview. A 30-minute time slot. A fixed water leak. Sales projection. Patient records are confidential. Travel and lodging expenses. I've misplaced my phone. Discount voucher. In compliance with the law. Designated area. Take a freight elevator. Region of the scenic beauty. Product specification. Provide valuable business insights. Buy in bulk. Cold medication. Battery compartment. Facilitated discussion. A nationwide delivery. Shareholders meeting. Informative presentation. Botanical garden. Simplify the process. I complimented Koji on this TOEIC score. One of Seoul's premier hotels. Make a bid. For the duration of the event. Pay tuition fees. Wholesale stores. Ongoing project. Blueprints for the building. Successful entrepreneur. A critically acclaimed film. Computer malfunction. Restart the computer. Coordinate the company's retreat. Incorporate exercise into your routine. Spacious room. Road closure. Sign up for the webinar. Cardboard box. Last minute change. Hands-on training. Attend monthly training. Annual checkup. Heat resistant glass. Fragile items. Room dimensions. 違うな。いいのか。Prospective clients. Fully furnished apartment. Reserve the suite. Market segment. Activate credit card. Logistic consultant. Managerial experience. Laundry detergent. Solicit feedback from colleagues. Conduct audit. Review a film. 違うな。Preview a film. All proceeds from the event. Wildlife conservation. The first screening of the film. Service interruption. Discard old books. An introductory course. Sustainable farming practices. A company is thriving. I'm frustrated with the service. Tex and Masaya, 16 and 18 respectively. Spectacular view of the city. Compile a list of suppliers. 読み慣れてない。この新しいバージョン読み慣れてないな、まだ。Surplus of agricultural products. Prestigious award. Ian was instrumental in organizing the event. Traffic congestion. Highly respected firm. Expenses incurred during the business trip. Lengthy discussion. Convey a message. Resume production. Local shops and eatery. Notable feature of the product. Hotel boasts. 違うな、hotel booth. 違うか。いいんか。The hotel boasts the spacious rooms. Tremendous amount of experience. Preliminary research. Surpass expectation. City Hall and other municipal buildings meet all criterion. Full-day excursion to Machu Picchu. The smooth texture of silk. Memorable experience. There's a fountain in the courtyard. Job requires a proficiency in English. Friendly and courteous staff. Retrieve lost data. Lumber company. Fascinating story. Unique perspective. Cutting-edge technology. Hotel is situated in downtown Dubai. Perfume bottle. These smartphones are comparable in price, utilize resources, correspond with clients, sales quota, annual company outing, find the flaw in the product, undergo rigorous testing. Recyclables such as cardboard and glasses. Regular exercise is vital for your health. And undertake a project. Wow. Hey, a seasoned professional, overwhelming majority of people, devoted fan, build chat in the backyard, outgoing personality, Sunday supplement of the newspaper, organic fertilizer, withstand high temperature, authentic Italian dishes, landlord and tenants. Please refrain from touching the exhibits. Allocate funds for research and development. Official transcript. Board of Trustees. The cafe is adjacent to the theater. Professional and novice cooks alike. Established subsidiary. Periodic maintenance of the equipment. Box of the assorted chocolates. Restaurant is understaffed. Modest investment. Accumulate points. Without written consent, Olivia is optimistic about the company's future. 2-week incentive course. Good luck in your future endeavors. Adhere to company policies. Dispatch engineer. Ample storage space. Follow safety protocol. Unveil the plan. Local artists and artisans. Top-notch customer service. Minimize distractions at work. Mr. Gupta will be here signing autographs. Influential business leader. Amanda attributes her success to luck. Dominate the market. The cost breakdown. Sophisticated equipment. Global economic outlook. It's been a privilege working with you for the remainder of the year. Hire a patent lawyer. Devise a business plan. Decision was made and subsequently implemented. Apply the paint evenly to the surface. Moderate exercise. Temperature and humidity. Tentative schedule. Reduce cost without compromising quality. The fraction of the original price. Real estate appraisal. Timing was just a coincidence. Application process is straightforward. Serve as interim president. Prime location for shopping. Controversial new book. Friends and acquaintances. Transparent plastic container. よし、ラスト100。よし。Keynote speaker is Dr. Samuel Kim. Power outage. Can you expedite shipping? Repave the road. Historical artifacts. Complete online tutorial. Former business tire. Bicycle with badge number 990. Badge. 丸しとこう。Boost employee morale. Install irrigation system. Crate of vegetables. Take a detour. Participate in a raffle. Work in a cubicle. Don't forget to redeem your points. Stunning color photographs. Community outreach program. We will waive the resignation fee. Take a rafting trip. Request prescription refill. Request a prescription refill. study ladder. Commemorate the town's 100th anniversary. Present commemorative plaque. プラックだ。プラック。プレイって一回覚えちゃったからな。プラック。Install installation in the walls. Attach the itemized receipt. Software is compatible with the hardware. Proofread the contract. Hold the gala dinner. Flight delays due to inclement weather. Paint the mural. Arrange centerpiece on the tables. Strong celebrity endorsement. Check credentials before hiring. Remove debris from the yard. Pay a overdue bill. Attend the university reunion. Timeline is no longer feasible. Self-service kiosk. Text car has been towed. Streamline the production process. Anecdotes about famous people attest to the quality of the product. 3-hour play with a 10 minutes intermission. All fire exits are clear of obstruction. Edit the film footage. We recently refurbished our office. Wash and sanitize dishes. Read customer testimonials. Event had a great turnout. I ordered a drape for the living room. Ellen is running errands. Andrew is advocate for the environmental sustainability. Raise prices to offset higher cost. High-profile project. Groundbreaking work in artificial intelligence. Article Chronicles recent events. 動詞として使われてる。Let's arrange carpool to work. Aspiring writer. Job entails interacting with customers. Hotel is slated to open soon. いや、新しいの入ってるね、結構。An apprenticeship as a mechanic. Sizable amount of money in the vicinity of the station. The third installment in the series. Keep perishable food fresh. Bustling shops and restaurants. Room has good ventilation. Building has been demolished. An avid reader. Delegate work to others. Low employee turnover. Anonymous donor. The package is intact. The sauce complemented the dish well. Obtain permission to reproduce images. Embark on a new project. A compelling story for the 4th consecutive year. Turn off the faucet. It is imperative that we act now. Inaugural issue of the journal. Rectangular table. Ergonomic office chairs. Bolster the industry. Prevent recyclables from ending up in landfills. Hone the skill. Evacuation site. Repurpose old furniture. Choose from the variety of upholstery options. いいっすね。Complete the task effortlessly. Lucrative contract. Versatile artist. Software is intuitive. Write a sequel to the novel. Replenish the stock. Salary is commensurate with experience. Onboarding process. Resilience in the difficult situation. It's time to reinvent yourself. Your TOEIC score will increase exponentially. おっしゃ。よし、投資読み OK です。よし。 50分かかる感じね。ウィスウィスウィス。キンフレ終わったから次どうしようかな。ピーナッツフレーズいくか、キンフレの流れで金のセンテンスいくか。どうしよう。どっちにしようかな。金のセンテンスいこう。よし、いきます。What does Mr. Kato most likely mean when he writes, "Let's try anyway"? A ladder is leaning against a brick wall. A woman is reaching into a purse near a fountain. The workload is divided fairly equally among all the team members. Seattle-based company has recently changed ownership. Tech is still struggling to secure a stable job. A newest branch is conveniently located close to public transportation. Jessica Harper is one of the promising students who deserve the recommendation. Since our bus drivers cannot make... あ、そうだ。画像を変えとこう。金フレ終わったから、画像を金のセンテンスにします。OK。Since our bus drivers cannot make change, please have the exact fare ready before boarding. I had my car serviced at the authorized dealership. All of the chairs on the patio are unoccupied. Refer a friend and get $20 off your next bill. For a free quote, call us at 555-4649. Please refer to the information packet mailed to you on October 19th. The man is examining some laboratory equipment. The sculpture in the garden are in urgent need of repair. Microwave oven has been positioned above the stove. We have the option of hiring additional workers to execute our plan. I'd like to purchase a ticket for a guided tour starting at 3 p.m. Mr. Kumar has already finished reviewing the proposal and has asked for some adjustments. Overnight camping is allowed only in designated areas. Some diners are facing each other under the awning. Some artwork is mounted on the wall beside the staircase. Register today for this remarkable management training program. Lamppost is casting a shadow on the walkway. Spanish painter was directly influenced by African artifacts. Tourism accounts for roughly 4% of the country's workforce. Strict parking rules enforced in downtown business district. We are currently seeking an enthusiastic person to join our team. Mr. Carter has made extraordinary contributions to the field of early childhood education. Mr. Jason is a logical choice to replace Miss Lee, who resigned on Saturday. Stools are stacked next to a doorway. Mr. Panda won international fame in 1970s when he directed and starred in several films. Can I make a tentative booking now? I'm afraid you can't. Unfortunately, we no longer carry that particular laptop. Jennifer is working as an administrative assistant at a financial firm in Singapore. Any unused leave from the previous year will automatically be carried forward to next year. This class is intended for students at both introductory and advanced levels. The majority of those surveyed stated that they are familiar with the brand. Some bushes are being trimmed in the courtyard. We are pleased to confirm your reservation with Seaside Inn. Tex has misplaced blueprints for the new convention center. We proudly announce the launch of our newly updated website. The travel agency has launched a website for booking last-minute accommodations. All new employees are required to attend orientation on Friday, June 30th. Keeping plants exposed to sufficient sunlight is essential to their healthy growth. You can make a full or partial payment online against your outstanding balance. Most reviews of our new washing machine say its delay start function is quite useful. 口が回らにゃい。Would you prefer window seat or aisle seat? I don't have a preference. What does woman imply when she says that he is a frequent flyer? Professor Tsai has presented her findings at a number of national and international conferences. Mr. Park is a highly praised journalist who writes newspaper column on a weekly basis. Thank you for your consideration of your application. I look forward to hearing from you soon. Kelly Chemical is keenly aware of the risks involved. A man is kneeling on the lawn near the wheelbarrow. I have to finalize the details of next week's charity banquet. Please complete the questionnaire on the reverse side of this form. Overall, a new approach to marketing is informative and worth reading. Town has been particularly crowded lately because of its bicentennial festival. Before mixing or pouring the solution, remember to put on protective clothing. When forced to work overtime, you often feel exhausted and stressed. Would you consider joining us on this challenging endeavor of climbing Mount Vinson? Ms. Kodaira has diverse background in marketing and is fluent in Mandarin. Tex called and mentioned that he had completely forgotten about prior engagement. Sales team has been instrumental in establishing our presence in managing emerging markets. Sales team has been instrumental in establishing a presence in emerging markets. In this internship program, students will receive paid hands-on experience working at our headquarters. John Olson sent a memo through inter-office mail rather than delivering it in person. Shima Jet Movers Incorporated managed to generate interest in its services and attract new customers. We've finally found a replacement. We've finally found a permanent replacement for Mr. Skursky. That's a relief. We are really understaffed. In a TOEIC test, doctors often reschedule their patients' appointments, but that rarely occurs in real life. In a press conference yesterday, Mr. Osako expressed his enthusiasm for building a new research center in Mumbai. Annual town fair ran from March 8th to 10th and was covered by local newspaper and television station. Brochures are commonly used to promote products and services. Hotel staff was very helpful in retrieving my lost luggage. The popularity of drones is growing rapidly because they are becoming much more affordable. While attempting to locate a jewelry shop, Mr. Boxer stopped to ask some local for directions. After an informal interview, I was offered a position as head of human resources department. We are having a problem with bottling machine on the assembly line. Really? Will any order be affected? I have visited the museum countless times, and I'm always impressed by the talents of Japanese craftspeople. The role of the management company is to keep rooms occupied and make sure rents are paid on time. Evans Closure has nearly 1,000 retail outlets worldwide. The scholarship recognizes students who have demonstrated academic excellence. Reception desk in the foyer is unattended. The band incorporates traditional Japanese instruments into contemporary rock music. Please visit our website to read testimonials from our satisfied clients. Paul Winthrop's new book is full of engaging anecdotes about historical figures. We assure you that the music festival will not disturb the surrounding environment. Thank you for your cooperation during the transition from paper to electronic statements. Here's some pocket map of the zoo. Here's some tips to avoid credit card fraud to keep your card safe. The grant will enable Applied Robotics to continue development of its patented AI technology. During her distinguished 30-year career, the California native was appointed vice president of the company. We are looking to recruit an associate lawyer to support our legal team in Dublin. The mining sector has seen only a modest increase in output over the past year. Mr. Gupta claimed that his name was intentionally omitted from the guest list for the celebration. Tex secured his bicycle to rally on campus, and in consequence, a fine was imposed. We can't use the copy machine because it's not functioning properly. Not again, it's always out of order. Mutual Medical Systems, which operates 5 hospitals in Texas, has acquired leading healthcare company in Colorado. Cleaning crew was efficient, courteous, and knowledgeable. Museum has opened a special exhibit featuring photographs and models of the works of famous architects. Toyoko advised me not to shop at the store because it sometimes refuses to honor its money-back guarantee. In contrast its poor performance early this year, company earned record $101.9 million in the third quarter. よし、100分 OK。ちょっとアイス食べてこよう。 しょ。よし、再開しますか。糖分大事だからね。よし。Ellen calls a plumber to repair a leaking faucet. We terminate the contract with the business by mutual consent. Flexible work arrangements have a potential to lower staff turnover. Let's go over the revised estimate and timeline for the project. Product specifications are subject to change without notice or obligation. We will be holding a raffle to raise funds for charity. Soaring labor costs pose a serious problem for toy manufacturers in Japan. Some cars are parked in a row along the curb near the intersection. For over 2 decades, Teresa Textiles has built a solid reputation for quality. Mr. Otani was awarded the honor in recognition of his outstanding scientific achievements. Because of the scheduling conflict, we have postponed the luncheon on September 1st. Skyscrapers overlook some boats docked at the pier. ペアだっけ？ピアか。Our online tool helps you manage, analyze, and keep track of multiple social media platforms. The CEO emphasized she was absolutely confident that the company was on the right track. Mr. Waxworth proposed a plan to preserve the historic building, but the City Council rejected it. In order for your presentation to be effective, you must match your delivery style to your audience. Last year, the country's agricultural exports to Japan and China declined by 5% and 7% respectively. The owner plans to convert the vacant building into a warehouse. Our records indicate that their subscription to Motor Wise magazine expired in July. Simply fill out the highlighted portion of the form if applicable. I'm responding to an inquiry about renting a space for the retirement party. Social media has had a significant impact on the way business interact with customers. For each and every customer, we strive to keep our prices reasonable without compromising quality. A thorough and detailed discussion of the subject is beyond the scope of this book. Take advantage of our Pizza Day discounts, great deals that even apply to catering orders. This course will introduce the design characteristics of underwater cameras and methods of operating them. Asteroid apparel struggle in the US can be attributed to fierce competition from fast fashion brands. Attached, you will find a brief biography of Miss Patel with a list of her professional achievements. It was a mistake to leave for the airport without checking the arrival status of the flight beforehand. A free information session for doctors interested in working overseas will begin precisely at 9:30 a.m. on Saturday. Complimentary refreshments available in the lobby throughout the day. Following your email correspondence, I changed the itinerary for your trip. All deliveries to the 8th floor restaurant must be made via building freight elevator. Initiative to supply remote schools with reading materials is funded by the government. One factor that is vital to fulfilling your dreams is persistence. Have you processed the invoice? Not yet. The shipment has been delayed. Supermarkets generally reward loyal customers with incentives such as discounts and other special offers. We remind you that the deadline for the submission of the first draft is January 23rd. Tex declined the invitation to a university reunion because he was reluctant to go. Any questions concerning work attire should be directed to Mr. Kunchai at extension 1019. Remove the battery compartment cover by sliding it in direction shown by the arrow. Please activate your new debit card immediately by following the instructions on a sticker. According to industry analysis, oil prices are expected to rise steadily over the next 2 years. When returning defective product, make sure to package securely in the original box. After the demonstration of the new vacuum cleaner, I received positive feedback from the focus group. Keep in mind that your membership will lapse if it has not been renewed by December 31st. Miss Gallagher was transferred to the regional office last year, but shortly afterwards returned to her job at the head office. Now that the brownfield builders has been selected to build a bridge, project can proceed to the construction phase. Pedestrians are strolling through the plaza. Extension power cord is compatible with most household appliances and electronics. 150. この調子で、あと200か。150分 OK。200後半から文が少し長くなります。今のところはスラスラです。次。In subsequent years, company reaped the benefits of strong consumer demand. Having nutritious meals and exercising regularly are needed in order to maintain good health. All entries are evaluated on how well they capture the theme of the competition. To obtain a permit, the contractor submitted all the paperwork to city authorities. Over the past 10 years, Ms. Krause has organized several fundraising events for charitable causes. Results of the preliminary studies show that the prototype of the system works correctly. In her new role at this company, Ms. Zhao will oversee both domestic and international investments. While cameras are permitted inside the stadium, they must not obstruct people's view of the stage. As a token of our appreciation, please accept the enclosed retailer coupon for your next purchase. The real estate agent did a great job helping us negotiate an agreeable price for the property. One of Mr. Crown's primary duties is acting as a liaison between doctors and hospital staff. An exclusive interview with a high-profile film critic will be broadcast on Saturday at 7:50 p.m. In this course, students will explore how social media has become an integral part of modern society. Maria Garcia, a corporate designer with extensive experience, will surely bring fresh perspective to our team. We have collected data from more than 100,000 households to gain insight into how their spending has changed. Ms. Zhao will retire from the board of directors and continue to support us in her capacity as consultant. Mr. Sano is a proprietor of Hibachi, which is widely regarded as one of the most impressive restaurants in Madrid. In order to clarify the situation, we conducted an anonymous survey. Key components such as belts, fans, and hoses need to be periodically inspected. そっちの方ですね。Our librarians can make a personalized suggestion tailored to your specific reading interests. One notable feature of the auditorium is its distinctive appearance. The successful candidate will possess excellent organizational skills and have a friendly manner. When you remodel your kitchen, it is critical to take accurate measurements of the area. To develop my skills, I enrolled in intensive computer programming course last summer. It is the responsibility of all the passengers to verify their departure time in advance. An average version of French classic novel has been translated into dozens of languages. To remedy the situation, the city officials voted to approve the amendment to the legislation. We use only best ingredients and all of our pastries are made on the premises. Your name will be entered into a drawing to win the free admission to the upcoming seminar. Statistics show that over 80% of the nation's internet users are concentrated in urban areas. In Mr. Patterson's performance review, his manager wrote that he always works diligently to finish assignments on time. In order to better serve our customers, we relocated our manufacturing facility to a more central location. The storage box is made of transparent plastic so that you can easily identify the contents. When Helen reserved a room at Coconuts Grove Hotel, she inquired about excursion to nearby tourist attractions. Cedar Mountain Resort is ideal setting for company outing, off-site meeting, or a team-building event. Mrs. Santos has decided to produce her own flyer to publicize her new book, which will be published in August. A study has revealed that existing customers who upgraded to the new service now pay an average of 10% more each month. Centerpieces are important for any corporate event because they reflect the theme. We consistently contribute surplus office supplies to various community programs. Please let me know how I can exchange the rake or get a refund. You can reach me on my mobile at 555-1019. Owing largely to favorable weather conditions, summer crop yields increase in the province. Mr. Sanchez's years of experience in finance will complement the current expertise on the board. Shuttle service to and from the airport can be arranged for the nominal fee. Just enter the special code at the checkout and we will waive the shipping charges. The front desk staff are definitely to be commended for their superb customer service skills. Thank you for the generous introduction. I'm delighted to be the recipient of this award. Make sure to monitor the weather reports and take appropriate precautions if the storm is approaching. Mr. Gupta was promoted to division manager because he is capable of assuming a wide range of responsibilities. Your cover letter should be concise and persuasive and should not exceed 1 page in length. Automobile company issued a statement to address concerns regarding the fuel efficiency of its newest line of trucks. As with many writers, Tex had to adapt to changing times and occasionally supplement his income with other jobs. Some banks use specialized software to detect suspicious transactions and activities. Tenants must provide their landlord with a duplicate key upon request. Non-profits such as charities and educational institutions are exempt from certain taxes. Seminar Solution to Global Issues is perfect for experienced and novice students alike. The comedians are responsible for keeping the assigned buildings clean, safe, and functional. Proceeds from the event will be used to restore the murals in Houseville Library. Please be considerate of other past spectators and refrain from opening the umbrella during the game. The business directory consists of each member's contact information arranged in alphabetical order by name. Promotion will not only mean substantial raise in salary, but also considerably more responsibility. Could you proofread manuscript before I send it to the publisher? Sure, I'd be happy to. Contrary to media reports, the company faces a disappointing outlook for the remainder of the year. Committee members are working to simplify the complicated structure of the tax system for small businesses. ちょっと喉飴を取ってきました。続きいきます。A workshop are typically 2 or 3 hours long and can be modified to fit participants' needs. Your logo will be prominently displayed on event posters and other promotional materials at the trade show. As we continue to investigate the client incident, we will also take necessary steps to prevent it from recurring. Should you have any questions about the new procedure, please do not hesitate to contact your supervisor. Because of the ongoing renovation of the factory, production will not resume until the end of the month. You mean shorter commute, more time off, and rewarding career are more important to you than money? Exactly. People are browsing potted plants on display under the canopy. Our mission is to accelerate adoption of electronic vehicles globally. The village has been soliciting bids to renovate its 57-year-old community center. Take a spectacular scenic flight to the destination of your choice with Orange Airway. The new wing of the hotel boasts ample on-site parking, wireless internet connection, and laundry service. First aircraft failed to promptly notify the government about potential engine problems. This lecture series is suitable for those who wish to focus solely on acting as a career. To coincide with the release of his new album, Ryan Davidson and his band will tour nationwide this autumn. You can observe the wildlife, go fishing, and scuba dive in the vicinity of Oscar Island. We regret to inform you that we are unable to accommodate your dietary needs at this time. There are many air conditioning units of comparable size on the market, but ours use relatively little power in comparison. 読みにくい。のど飴しながら読みにくいです。普通に行きます。This treatment allows you to access the website where you can record, track, and compare your fitness data. I'm running to apply for the position of the county manager as advertised in February 9th edition of Bright Career magazine. Postal clerk calculate and affects correct postage on letters and packages. Failure to adhere to the following guidelines may result in disciplinary action. The third installment in the film series received overwhelmingly positive response at the screening. We are the market leader in shipping perishable items such as produce, meat, and dairy products. Mr. Miller has shown initiative and creativity in solving problems and always pursues continuous improvement in her work. The city has solar panels installed and took other measures to make its municipal buildings more environmentally friendly. Our consultant will help you devise and implement strategy that will bring success to your business. Blue Cafe is widely acknowledged as premier purveyor of the fitness coffee, the finest coffee in the world. Adjacent to the park in a quiet neighborhood, the apartment has a spacious living room and separate kitchen. Personal belongings left behind in the botanical garden will be stored for up to 2 weeks before they are discarded. この辺から長くなっていくんだな。Sun Radio is working to resolve the technical problem as quickly as possible, and we apologize for the interruption in service. Aspiring astronauts undergo rigorous training and medical tests. Customer satisfaction is our priority, which is why we are committed to working closely with you through each step of the project. Because of the editorial oversight, article contains outdated information. The company is willing to embrace state-of-the-art technologies in support of its energy conservation efforts. After much deliberation of panel of experts, selected winner of the photography contest. Latest software from Apple Tech is supposed to have overcome the shortcoming of its predecessor. A study commissioned by the city concluded that building another airport is not financially feasible. We are always sensitive to our readers' needs and desires for reliable and timely news coverage. The fundraiser was an amazing success, and we made a combined donation of over $100,000 to the charity. We are thrilled to have the opportunity to collaborate with those corporations to achieve our joint business objectives. Use caution on Bear Mountain as roadways become extremely slippery and driving conditions deteriorate quickly during snowfall. Ms. Choi has a proven record of meeting ambitious sales quota and would be a valuable asset to your team. Since the stapler you ordered is out of stock, we will substitute similar item or refund your money. So that the students can get plenty of individual attention, enrollment is limited and classes are filled on a first-come, first-served basis. Effective April 1st, entire amount you spend at the cafeteria each month will be deducted for next month's paycheck. Rates quoted per person based on double occupancy unless otherwise specified. In the category of ease of use, over 90% of the respondents rated our new blender as either good or very good. よし、260まで。あと100。260分。OK。あと100分と。よし。After a lengthy search for employment, Daniel landed a temporary job as a janitor. Documentary profiles an entrepreneur who tested the hypothesis that people would buy shoes online. I feel privileged to be able to work with such a talented team of dedicated colleagues. Although the handwriting is barely legible, a letter appeared to be addressed to someone in Kyoto. Under the no circumstances will be liable for any damage to furniture caused in transit. Your printed certificate will serve as a proof that you completed the tutorial and are certified as a counselor. Please note that the voucher is valid for only 2 weeks and not redeemable for cash. Applicants must have proficiency in English and ability to work both independently and as part of the team. At the beginning of the job description, include a couple of short sentences summarizing what the position entails. During her tenure as a president, Ms. Chang expanded the university community outreach program. イントネーション終わってる。All full-time faculty members are eligible to receive tuition assistance. Everything arrived intact, including pottery, glassware, and other fragile items. Unfair commercial practices such as misleading advertising are prohibited by the directive. In her book, Professor Valvatos illustrates how mentally improves productivity in the workplace. A system ensures that any prescription sent electronically by the physician reaches the right pharmacy. All the documents are confidential and cannot be disclosed without explicit permission from the patient. Masaya will search for the venue, Tetsuya will prepare the agenda, and I will facilitate the meeting. Luxury 5-star hotel is situated in a picturesque village and easily accessible by car and train. Surprisingly, the controversial plan to build a housing complex on Maple Avenue received almost unanimous approval from the town. This handbook is designated to give you an overview of the policies and regulations relevant to your internship. いやー、ただ読んでるだけでちょっと意味入ってこなくなってきたな。Visit the Fullerton Gallery and Fenwick Museum. The former houses impressionist paintings, while the latter mainly exhibit contemporary art. In her address, the governor outlined a plan to charge drivers a toll to enter the city's most congested areas. Customer service representatives should listen patiently to callers and handle their complaints discreetly. Dr. Wilson is one of the nation's foremost advocates for sustainable agriculture. Excerpts and summaries to the National Symposium on Medical Devices has been published online. Before the election, city officials predicted a voter turnout of approximately 45%. Matt Johnson commenced his career as an apprentice carpenter, eventually founded his own lumber company. EasyPay is a sophisticated tool designed to streamline the payroll process of your business. ちょっとバテてきた。Since its foundation, the library has collected a wide array of periodicals and journals of cultural interest. I'd like to be reimbursed for the medical expenses incurred during my last business trip. A company retreat is a great way to eliminate distractions and create a good atmosphere for discussing common goals. Retreat. For her exemplary and inspiring leadership, Miss Martina has been nominated for the Best Manager of the Year accolade. The new packaging helps revitalize stagnant sales in Europe, remarked the marketing executive. With a water set of 24 assorted colors, you can transform ordinary piece of paper into something stunning. If you deviate from the suggested route, the app will alert you with notification. The security deposit is retained by the landlord for the duration of the lease term. Utility company warns residents without electricity and that they should prepare for the extended power outage. Grocery stores can benefit in many ways from compromising food waste rather than disposing of it. There is abundant evidence that role models are crucial in keeping their co-workers motivated within the organization. Our guest rooms are fully furnished and equipped with amenities to make us stay comfortable and enjoyable. 300OK あと60。へいへいへい。300分 OK と。あと60。During the interview, the mayor stressed the town is not in jeopardy for losing any federal funding. Several toys have been withdrawn from the market because they do not conform to stringent safety standards. You will be compensated with a competitive salary and benefits such as medical coverage and housing allowance. Delegation of Japanese athletes participating in next month's competition will be accompanied by coaches and other team personnel. Attorney specializes in patent, trademark, and copyright law. The company consolidated 2 subsidiaries to cut costs and bolster competitiveness. Patrons who arrive late for the performance will be seated during the intermission or at the discretion of the theater. Once the remaining inventory has been depleted, the lawnmower will be discontinued. The governor will unveil a commemorative plaque to mark the special occasion. All the dining establishments in town serves authentic Italian cuisine at moderate prices. Chicago Landmark was demolished last Thursday, despite a vigorous campaign to save it. Souvenir shop is dedicated exclusively to museum-related items such as art prints and posters. Definitive Guide to Innovation is a comprehensive manual on all aspects of product design. Upon completion of the merger, Avrin Incorporated will be the world's dominant supplier of smartphone screens. Artist Yoo-Hin Kim delivered a keynote speech at the gallery's 50th anniversary gala on May 5th. A warranty does not cover normal wear and tear, routine maintenance, or improper use of the tool. Due to budget constraints, the colleague cannot afford to allocate any more resources to its football program. If you are not in compliance with the terms of use, we may suspend or delete your account. Teachers who leave the profession often cite the lack of adequate lesson preparation time as one reason for their departure. This carefully compiled reference book has more than 100 breathtaking photographs of lighthouses in England. The racing helmet has exceptional ventilation for optimal comfort on the road. 口回んないな、ちょっと。Opponents of the bill are skeptical about whether raising the minimum wage would boost the economy. Pet owners should always consult with a veterinarian for diagnosis of the cause of any allergy. The Caribbean island is heavily dependent on food imports, making it vulnerable to price fluctuation in the international market. We must determine whether the new English test could be a viable alternative in assessment of students' language skills. Inaugural issue of Grati magazine, which had a circulation of 100,000 copies, was distributed throughout every region in the UK. Apartment homes are thoughtfully planned and meticulously crafted with unique blend of style and convenience. Shares of both companies rose sharply on Friday amid speculation about impending acquisition. Bearer of this coupon is entitled to a free bag of fertilizer and $20 off any landscaping job. Interested individuals are encouraged to send their resume, portfolio, and names of 3 references to a personal director. The pharmaceutical company initiated the voluntary recall of its cough medication. The company will host the reception to commemorate the much anticipated opening of its flagship store in Toronto. We're eager to work with you to forge a mutually beneficial and prosperous relationship. Mr. Murakami is the author of the several critically acclaimed novels, and his short stories have appeared in numerous anthologies. Former CEO Janet Alexander agreed to remain affiliated with the company as a main shareholder and consultant. Traffic on Highway 11 will be restricted to one lane, and detours will be in place during the repaving work. We urge commuters to use alternative routes and adjust their plans accordingly. The open office plan is quickly replacing the cubicle system as companies aim to reduce costs and foster collaboration. 12 innovative startups representing different countries have been shortlisted to compete for the lucrative prize. Recent studies suggest that most of the food and beverages endorsed by celebrities are unhealthy. Please bring your insurance information with you to the initial consultation so that we can expedite reimbursement. The new light rail system will not only alleviate environmental pollution but also enhance economic development around the stations. If you cancel less than 5 days prior to rafting trip, you will forfeit the prepaid amount. Dilute the detergent with warm water in the ratio between 1:20 and 1:60 depending on the degree of the contamination. In addition to sharing the savings on gas, you and other passengers in a carpool are helping to ease traffic congestion. Editor says that most of the magazine's revenue comes from long-term subscribers who are avid readers of literature. Museums showcase a variety of sports memorabilia in the exhibition, which proved so popular that it was extended for another week. At least 1 month before the festival, prospective vendors must turn in an itemized list of the merchandise and prices. Many of our garments are made with sensitive fabrics that are durable, water-resistant, and easy to clean. The graduate degree is desirable but not mandatory, and salary will be commensurate with credentials and experience. We would appreciate your candid appraisal of the applicant's skills, qualifications, strengths, and weaknesses. It is imperative that agreements be reached on its safety matter in order to minimize further disruption to our factory operations. Material is lightweight, versatile, and sturdy enough to withstand harsh weather conditions. Company reported its quarterly earnings ahead of schedule, and figures slightly surpassed analyst predictions. After graduating from prestigious culinary institute, I started my career under Robert Wellman, renowned chef. I don't think Frank is qualified. He is diligent, dependable, and punctual, but he has neither managerial experience nor practical knowledge. A 40-year-old company has experienced its unprecedented 5th consecutive year of the profit growth in spite of adverse market conditions. 英文入ってこない。でも最後までいけた。Despite the sound insulation, guests complained that the noise from the renovation work in the hallway was objectionable. During the exam, you will encounter questions about flight delays, inclement weather, mechanical malfunctions, and any number of other problems. Through your unwavering efforts, your vocabulary has grown exponentially. 終わりました。よし。とりあえず、金フレと金のセンテンス OK。いや時間がちょうど2時間ですね。金フレ線フレーズと金のセンテンス360文とりあえず読んで、こっからまだいけそうなので、こっからは3冊。ピーナッツ英単語でフレーズを読みつつ、例文はデュオ行こうと思います。よし。ピーナッツ英単語。どっから行こうかな。基礎標準発展。基礎から行くか、発展から行くか。どうしよう。発展からだな。発展から下がっていきましょう。じゃあ画像を変えます。ピーナッツ英単語777フレーズで、こんな感じでフレーズいっぱい載ってるのでフレーズ音読していきます。Assess his English ability。コメント打っとこう。次はピーナッツ英単語金メダルと金メダルコースとよしスタート。Assess his English ability. Bilingual news program. Simultaneous interpreter. Have a good command of English. Use a commonplace expression. Archaic expression. Sound cluster. Mimic teacher's pronunciation. Provincial manner of speech. Figurative usage. Cite an instance. Have negative implications. Superfluous words. Apt phrase. Literal translation. Appalling translation.Books and periodicals. Subscribe to a magazine. Keep abreast of the time. Reference books. Formidable reading list. Allot 5 hours to reading. Bulk of his books. Donate his books to a library. Book entitled Japanese. Newspaper editorial. Clip out article. Illiterate man. High literacy rate. Comprehensive study. Random survey.Computer's utility. Evaluate her information. Relevant information. Irrelevant fact. Have no bearing on. Public opinion poll. Census figures. Dominant view. Manipulate public opinion. Bias and prejudice. Confidential report. Revise a report. Incident phone calls. Anonymous telephone caller. Leaked information. Bulletin board. Inhibit communication.Articulate your thoughts. Candid statement. Straightforward account. Explicit rejection. Implicit agreement. Tacit approval. Throng of reporters. Bothersome questions. Allude to her private life. Withhold comment. Swallow your words. Eloquent speaker. Produce a speech draft. Address a large audience. Meaningless chatter. Infer his meaning. A few words sufficed.Overheard conversation. conduct a monologue, true-false questions, multiple-choice questions, detest his studies. Hard-working students, study frantically, obsessive note-taker, motivate students, incentive to study, don't distract him, alternate between work and play, bully a classmate, draw a character of the teacher, television cartoons. Prestigious universities, on the threshold of college life, first semester, tuition increase, college sophomore, fellow students, exalt youth, her senior thesis, cordial reception, lavish compliments on. Chuckle at his joke, relish a good joke, strict propriety, breach of etiquette, poke him in the ribs, sever all ties with, get rid of nuisance, farewell party, I'll miss you, a token of appreciation, 100個。こんな感じで777個まず読みます。Discover your aptitudes, choose a vocation, their respective specialties, an asset to a society, do social recognition, diverse role in society, grow accustomed to the routine, personal recruitment, superiors and subordinates, stern master, toil for a living, retire at 60, dreary work, painstaking work, meaningless drudgery, bonds of kinship, filial attachment, filial piety, rear twins, naughty child. Difficult adolescent, household chores, all the amenities of home, passionate love letter, he is intoxicated with her, enclose a photograph, find a spouse, accidental meeting, male-female ratio, registered marriage. Clutch his hand, affectionate marriage, marital bliss, fragile relationship, apt for the single life, hustle and bustle of the city, chronic traffic congestion, paralyzed traffic, impatient drivers, queue for a bus. Come to an abrupt stop, rear wheel, detach the muffler, splash the pedestrian, pave the road, traffic offense, gross negligence, traffic casualties, automobile theft, pedestrian overpass. Go straight at the crossroad, underground maze, denote by the narrow, reduce altitude, sit in the aisle seat, fasten your seatbelt, extinguish all cigarettes, flight attendant, baggage rack, railway compartment. Steam locomotive, load a ship, fortnight vacation, pack up your belongings, rustic farmhouse, tranquil atmosphere, pastoral scenes, village of 500 inhabitants, relaxation and repose, fishing rod and bait. Flickering campfires, souvenir of the journey, wrap the package, postage on the parcel. Have a good reflexes, vertical leap, mediocre performance, consistent performer, innate talent, unparalleled technique. An avid soccer fan, deafening applause, exquisite handicraft, intricate design, gaze with rapture, aesthetic satisfaction, indigenous people, part of our cultural heritage, cultural anthropologist, precedent and custom. Integral part of a culture, defy social conventions, irksome restrictions, unprecedented attempt, American counterpart of, average lifespan, region of home, human pathos, skeptical view of life. Twilight years. 200個 Stuff of fiction, central theme, depict daily occurrences, portray society faithfully, his novelty of style, savor her style, ape the style, function as a metaphor, impart depth to a story, humor and satire. Create a masterpiece, enchant the general public, captivate the reader, passing fad, Greek mythology, sublime poetry, nourish your mind, eccentric poet, confound his neighbors, time-honored maxim. The norms of behavior adhere to high moral standards. Noble action, lofty ideals, embodying an ideal, enhance human dignity, develop the self-awareness, establish your identity, intrinsic satisfaction, an ugly motive. Transparent lie, notorious liar, infamous case, evade responsibility, clumsy apology, hollow vows, deserve severe censure, repent of his wrongdoing, pang of conscience, soothe your conscience. A vicious cycle, evil omen, deities of ancient Greece. Religious commitment, scoff at religion, Almighty God, profess a belief in God, dedicate her life to God, devout Christians, revere the Bible. Pious churchgoers, the pillars of cathedral, Puritan theology, Protestant clergymen, parish priest, deliver sermon, preach the gospel, advocate non-violence, abhor violence, religious rights. Church hymns, kneel before the altar, fervent prayer, serene contemplation, the Buddhist scriptures, worldly matters, recite the spell, commit suicide, mourn the dead, premature death. Funeral procession, visit the cemetery, from cradle to grave, from time immemorial, quaint relics, remnant of the past, trace their ancestors, gallant knight, Italian Renaissance, overtake the West. Commemorate 120th anniversary, emancipate slaves, free the slaves from bondage, province of Echigo, reign over the domain, Niigata Prefecture, distort historical facts, eminent scientists, technological innovation, epoch-making discovery, open up the new dimension, sophisticated equipment, up-to-date technology, obsolete technology, modern conveniences, laws of heredity. Genetic engineering, gene therapy, peer through the microscope, interaction of the molecules. 300個Chemical fixture, chemical compound, harness atomic energy, particle physics, gigantic experiment, top research priority. Formulate a theory, refines the theory, initial premise, deductive approach. Inductive approach, strange coincidence, tentative conclusion, verify the hypothesis, refute the hypothesis, inclination for mathematics, right triangle, subtract 4 from 7, 3-digit number, approximate figure, within 50-mile radius, 3 decades, from dawn to dusk, long-term perspective, swing of the pendulum, finite amount of time, fixed income, deposit money in the bank, meager savings, lead a frugal life. Split the bill, have extravagant lifestyle, a plight of the poor, tramp or beggar, be on the verge of starvation, free of charge, thrifty housewife, wholesalers and retailers, item on the shelf, economic cosmetics. Shrewd merchant, devour the weaker, track down the thief, barter the economy, current exchange rates, brisk economic growth, slack period, green forecast, rampant inflation, heavy liabilities. Money never materialize, go bankrupt, cripple the economy, surmount economic crisis, business administration, gauge the market trends, nurture the industry, incur colossal expenses, supervise production line, trade imbalance. Massive trade deficit, economic friction, economic sanction, stabilize revenues, affluent society, economic sociology, homogeneous society, hierarchical social structures, all segments of society, margins of society, pervade society, grave social problems, social calamity, fluid situation, ethnic diversity, persecute minorities, council of experts, drastic reform, implement policies, legislative mechanisms, abide by the laws, enforce the laws, arbitrary interpretation, trample down the law, legitimate the claim, comply with the request, nominate a candidate, amiable candidate, cast a ballot, invalid votes, affirmative votes, accept bribes, political apathy, political turbulence, raise clamor, agitate for reform, provoke an uproar, state of anarchy, paramount issue, maintenance of order. 半分。お、晴れてきた。よし。Quell a riot. Clutch rebellion. Federal government. U.S. ambassador to Japan. Prominent figure. Her predecessor's footstep. Designate successor. Brutal dictator. Wield immense power. Exterminate political enemies. ちょっと待って。よいしょ。よし。あと半分。Repressive regime, submissive populace, reinforced military position, international turmoil, bleak world situation, furious attack, ruthless aggression, occupy the border, evacuate refugees, swarm of people, wartime atrocities, massacre millions, astound the world, flexible strategy, change tactics, repel the enemy, renounce war forever, concludes peace treaty, disarmament commission, prior consultation, preliminary negotiations, terminate negotiation, breakthroughs in the negotiations, eliminate nuclear weapon, durable peace, patriotic sentiments, salute the flag, ardent pacifist, juvenile delinquency, thrust dagger in two. Bury the corpse, sequence of events, clue to the mystery, dubious character, witness testimony, accord with the facts, credible story, plausible conjecture, extract confessions, hideous trap. Lure him into a trap, sinister conspiracy, contrive a means of escape, malicious mischief, sexual harassment, recurrent complaint, dissuade him from doing, sexual assault, notify the police, denounce him to the police. An attorney and his clients, jury system, reject his plea, presume the suspect guilty, sort out rubbish, dispose of empty cans, scatter cigarette butts, dump hazardous waste, emit carbon dioxide, depletion of ozone layer, radioactive contamination, environmental catastrophe, upset the ecological balance, afflict humankind, annihilate human race, robust body, unhealthy complexion, gain weight, beneficial effect, adverse effect, muscle tissue, muscular build, urination and perspiration, vocal organs, immune system, pregnant women, hug a baby to her bosom, stroke the baby's head, suck at the breast, old and wrinkled. foul odor, stifle a yawn, smother your laughter, pant for breath, grit your teeth, blink your eyes, shape of your beard, cat's whiskers, psychological requirements, sensual desire. Scrapes and bruises, groan and in pain, swell and turn pale, licking wounds, public hygiene, sanitary conditions, trifling ailment, spread cause germs, succumb to the fever, the family physician. Prescribe some medicine, dose of medicine, heed the doctor's advice, toxic antibiotics, trigger an allergy attack, call for the ambulance, first aid, prolong patient's life, diagnosis and treatment, abstain from smoking. Drug addicts, drug-impaired thoughts, aspirin tablets, medical terminology, medical certificate. Convert thought into action, spare no efforts, invest time and effort, strenuous exertions, tread the difficult path. Shape your own destiny. Stoop to conquer. Cherish your dreams. Compatible objectives. Attempt is doomed to fail. Commit to blunder. Abject failure. Pathetic person. Do not yield to adversity. Concede defeat. Avenge the defeat. Ensure success. Ascribe his success to luck. Have a scant prospects. Even chance. Maintain a cautious optimism. Tangible achievements. Dazzling fame, beckoning opportunity, rake a good opportunity. Group financer, element of truth, empirical knowledge, his breadth of vision, coherent notion, ambiguous concept, inborn instinct, useful analogies, knowledgeable commentator, supplement your knowledge base. Intellectual feat, he is devoid of imagination, courageous fool, dispel the fallacy, lateral thinking, right retrospective, kindle all memories, time blurs our memories, erase memories, lapse into the reverie. Steer controversy, vigorous dispute, futile discussion. sterile. これちょっと微妙だな。Sterile proposal, tactful suggestion, pertinent remark, defer the decision, foremost reason for, vehement antagonism, make a quick retort. Appreciate his logic, settle the argument, unanimous opinion, build a consensus, crucial decision, critical scrutiny, primary criterion, fair comparison, oppose the idea, I'm inclined to agree with him. Deem the plan advisable, manifest its opposition, layman's way of thinking, deficient judgment, totally erroneous view, sheer absurdity, sneer at a naive idea, optical illusion, I assure you that, do as you are bid. Fiery temperament, inherent characteristics, he is reliable to get angry, elastic dispositions, dual personality, aloof personality, agreeable person, outgoing and sociable, act on a whim, fuss over trifles, rash act, correct your shortcomings, masculine attributes, haughty woman, her conceit will be her downfall. He is vulnerable to blackmail, disguise your emotions, retreat into oneself, lose interference from others, clarify your feelings. Subdue your curiosity, avert your eyes from, a constant preoccupation, don't brood over your problems, piercing look, apprehensive expression, knit your brows, shatter his confidence, disdain a snob, adore his brother. Shiver with terror, feel dizzy, defiant youth, cynical look, sullen silence, arrogant attitude, impudent behavior, scornful laugh, offensive remark, righteous indignation. Quivering voice, incur his wrath, crave power and money, have a morbid imagination, lust for women, compassion and understanding, invariable fairness, touching anecdote, sympathy and antipathy, affection akin to love, predominant mood, his pet aversion, whimsical speculation, boosts their morale, contrary to my expectations, repress ambivalence, emotional outlets, alleviate stress, banish his fears, expel haunting suspicion, shed tears and remorse, mutter and grumble, psychological torture, have a nervous breakdown, intense mental agony. It was an ordeal for me. Your subconscious mind, harbor malice toward, foster deep hatred, put the curse on him. Adorn her with germs, absolutely identical dress, transient fashions, textile industry, natural fabrics, weave the carpet, synthetic detergents, sip Japanese tea, tasty steak, mellow wine. Staple food, assimilate vitamins, adequate fiber intake, lump of beef, assemble the ingredients, edible mushrooms, worm-eaten apple, stale bread, wheat flour, kitchen utensils. Smash dishes, attic chamber, emergency exit, ventilate room, drain the bathtub, rattling window, fling the door open, slam the door, stumble on the stairs, antique furniture. Back alleys, stately skyscrapers, luxurious accommodations, residential areas in the vicinity of land transactions, landlord and his tenants, a stack of the bricks, building number, myriad of stars. An immense cosmos observes celestial bodies, Halley's Comet, claim UFO sightings, probe the galaxy, Earth revolves around the sun, solar eclipse, volcanic eruption, earthquake-prone country, precarious state. Accelerate the destruction, exploit the environment, viable ores, fossil fuels, irrigation ditch, submerged villages, desolate wilderness, Izu Peninsula, summit of Mount Everest, glaciers retreat. Polar exploration, latitude and longitude, southern hemisphere, rugged coast, coastal erosion, isle and islanders, Panama Canal, Straits of Dover, Tokyo Bay, receding tide, treacherous open sea, dismal weather, damp weather, 65% humidity, water vapor, evaporate water, the cool, crisp air, blast of wind, acid rain, inflict serious harm. Graze in the meadow, green pastures, hatch and egg, chemical fertilizers, agricultural output, botanical gardens, drooping flowers, crimson maple leaves, colorful foliage, roam the woods. Treaty on zoology, animal kingdom, whales are mammals, camels hemp, mammoth tusks, multitude of species, endangered species, extinction of dinosaurs, produce offsprings, docile horse. Stout horse, shepherd and his flock, dumb animals, anatomy of a frog, bald eagle, flutter its wings, make spectacular progress. よっしゃ、終わった金メダルコース終わりました。ピーターは文字がでかくて読みやすくて最高。はい。 よいしょと。金メダルコース終わったから、今度銀かな。喉が痛い。Linguistic talent, listening comprehension, converse in English, colloquial expression, rural dialect, peculiar accent, obscure passage, technical terms, complicated sentence, grammar and usage, grammatical details, single exception, accurate access, transmit, store, digest information. Mode of communication, medium for communication, hinder communication, illustrate the situation, adequate description, brief description, exaggerate the story, intrude on her privacy, contents of the letter, disclose a secret, expose the truth, chat on the phone, embarrassing subject. An awkward silence, venture an opinion, innocent question, sensible question, rude remark, courteous reply, satisfactory answer, audible whisper, persistent rumor, chief editor. Reliable report, misleading report, mass circulation newspaper, enlighten the public, startle the public, create a sensation, exclude the press, opinion column, for the newspaper, 24-volume encyclopedia. Education reform, compulsory education, appropriate behavior, harsh discipline, student with the perseverance, intensive course, make a splendid effort, confine your efforts to, vital point, endless repetition. Excessive homework assignments, essential reading, submit a report, employ a tutor, mock your teacher, get excellent grades, credit to your school, confer diploma, grant a doctorate. Obedient son, obstinate daughter, rebel against your parents, domestic tyrant, tighten the reins, confide in your parents. Parental consent, unify the family, close family bonds, children's well-being. Humble birth, the prime of life, casual acquaintance, intimate conversation. Dispense with formalities, genuine hospitality, correspond with the friends overseas, issue a new stamp, swear eternal friendship, trustworthy friend. Betray his trust, voluntary participation, pledge your cooperation, esteem her counsel, hostile relationship, reconcile two opponents, commence negotiations, reluctant agreement, noting implies consent, compel assent. 100個 Flame of love, compete for her favor, tight embrace, I'll never forsake you, exchange marriage vows, wedding feast, proceed with the work, dull and disagreeable work, routine and monotonous job, extra work, tedious tasks, execute a task, laborious business, inherent to a father's business, assign a role, undertakes a mission, respectable profession, uneasy applicant, transfer employees, colleagues at work, efficient secretary, flatter your boss, menial labor, division of labor, devise tools, manufacture automobiles, exhibit sports cars, solar-powered vehicle, park illegally, pay a fine. Continuous line of cars, traffic jam, reverse direction, exceed the speed limit, bullet train, commuting time, freight train, cargo vessel, sightseeing trip, magnificent view. Solitary journey, start at daybreak, reach your destination, popular pastime, mindless entertainment, stroll in the park, fishing rod, fish for salmon and trout. Assemble a butterfly collection, bet on a horse. Frown on gambling, arts and crafts, aspire to become a singer, proficient pianist, outstanding performance, clap and cheer, playgrounds and gymnasiums, seating capacity, accommodate 500 people, sports equipment. Spectacular sport, admission fee, mingle with the crowd, endure race, excel in sports, contend for the championship, beat your opponent, contribute to the victory, cultural integrity, ancient proverb. Ancient superstition, alien culture, adjust to life overseas, social conventions, national characteristics, myth and legends, shared positions, prose and poetry, recite verse, book of fables. Bent for literature, contents reading, enrich your mind, nourishment for the soul, spiritual fulfillment, tendency not to read, dictate a manuscript, realm of the imagination, imaginary town, queer story. Grips the reader's interest, plots and characters, plot summary, biographies and autobiographies, relate a true life story, trivial event, contemporary authors, literary critic, quotes Emerson's remark, ample quotations. 200個Ethic and morals, belief and creed, subjective belief, personal preference, abandon conventional morality, moral decay, national disgrace, spring virtues, virtue of humility, his only vice, humanitarian standpoint, humanity's inhumanity to man, sense of guilt, inner conflict, confess to a psychiatrist, political hypocrisy, justice triumphs in the end, God's mercy, forgive your sin, count your blessings. Divine guidance, religious doctrine, contradict the church, enthusiastic discipline, murmur a prayer, your immortal soul, man is mortal, ascend to heaven. A sacred shrine, solemn ritual. Sit in meditation, ancestors and descendants, barbarians and civilized men, savage tribes, cave dwellers, crude stone tools, rise of agriculture, medieval peasants, knight in armor, spears and shields. Federal road, absolute monarch, heir to the throne, constitute aristocracy, aristocratic privileges, establish a colony, oppressive colonial rule, migrate to America, emigrate to Brazil, immigrant laborers. Abolish slavery, erect monument, post-war Japan, proceeding errors, present emperor, capitalist ideology, one aspect of capitalism, collapse of communism, oxymoron, a scientific inquiry, quest for truth, objective truth, self-evident truth, unsolved riddle, eminent scientists, significant contributions, conduct numerous experiments, minute analysis, modify the theory, widespread application. A chemistry laboratory. Hydrogen and oxygen, properties of electricity, conspicuous progress to a great extent. In addition, diminish over time. A valid reason, underlying assumption, stem from ignorance, inevitable consequence, innumerable possibilities, contradictory propositions, perplexing problem, parallel lines, draw the dotted line, do the arithmetic, multiply 5 by 6, algebra and geometry, precise measurements, 2 feet in diameter. Indicate the scope, shrink the distance, enlarge the picture, magnify the object 10 times, reckon time, fragment of time, be punctual, noon recess, indefinite time frame, perpetual motion. 300個。よし。Decent living, monthly budget, miscellaneous expenses, live on a pension, stock and bonds, I can't afford it, billions of dollars, regular allowance, jewelry shop, costly commodity. Gratify one's vanity, dominate the market, virtual monopoly, penetrate foreign market, real estate agent, soaring property values, surpass expectations, take out an insurance, renew かけるで take out, renew the contract, steer the economy, gulf between rich and poor. Fair distribution of wealth, financial distress, consumption tax, indirect taxation, prosperous nation, financial guarantee, foster new industry, production facilities, suspend production, cease operation, local residents, social structure, social institution, complex social problem, organizations, social restraints, social mobility, transitional phase, urban development schemes, qualify as a lawyer. Rights and obligations, legal framework, conform to the rules, indispensable procedure, rigid definition, orthodox interpretation, liberal interpretation, summon the witness, take an oath, state the facts. Affirm his innocence, plead guilty, render the verdict, convict a person, impose a fine, obstruct the justice, abuse of office, cling to the power, factional strife, exert influence. Sphere of influence, competent official, incompetent official, resign the post, corrupt politics, minority groups, racial discrimination, deprive the people of liberty, harsh treatment, equivalent treatment. Yearn for democracy, mold public opinion, spread propaganda, American Constitution, United States Congress, British Parliament, political convention, overwhelming majority, elect representative, distinguished statement. Settle territorial dispute, proclaim sovereignty, national unity, Japanese nationality, diplomatic relations, dispatch the mission, lessen the tension, transform politics, prudent policy, deliberate planning, interfere with their plan, conservative opinion, angry mob, stage demonstration, fierce opposition, crush of opposition, considerable resistance, violent resistance, rise up in revolt, subsequent developments. 400個。あと半分。 いやー、喉が調子悪い。よし。Defense issues, military expenditures, ban arms exports, use lethal force, potent weapon, anticipate the war, invade neighboring country, control the territory, long-term ally, outbreak of war, stubborn foes, perish in battle, anti-war sentiment. A white flag signifies surrender, withdraw troops, honorable withdrawal, triumphant troops, refugee camps, menace of war, scars of war. Restore order, maintain security, biological warfare, nuclear explosion, abolish nuclear arms. Beware of pickpockets, snatch her purse, bicycle thief, install the alarm system, arrest the criminal. Reckless driver, disregard warning, collide head-on, emergency landing. Crew of 7, air disaster, crash into the sea, prompt rescue, locate a missing man. Ascertain their safety, identify the victims, demand compensation, discard the trash, discharge waste into the river, source of pollution, concrete measures, mischievous kid, human attributes, natural endowment, intelligent creature, graceful movements, stiff joints, scratch your head, drag your feet, shrug your shoulders, rotate your wrist, thick eyebrows, vain arteries, grow mustache, dye your hair, upright posture, sneeze violently, lose your appetite, radiant health. 何これ？輝く健康。マジかよ。Eternal youth, stress and depression, cope with stress, withstand stress, sore throat. Acute stomach pain, descend course, internal bleeding, combat sickness, effective remedy, temporary symptom, X-ray examination, test specimen, prevent infection, isolate patient. Restrict his movements, hazards of smoking, induce vomiting, alcohol dependency, undergo surgery, liver transplant, external stimulus, react to stimuli, subtle distinction, notable differences, whiff of perfume, floral scents, exotic flavor, catch a glimpse of her, acknowledge her presence, fade from sight, obstruct view, feminine sensitivities, female psychology, sensitive young man. Take a nap, intolerable snoring, pretend to be asleep, alert mind, extraordinary talent, incredible ignorance, New Year's resolution, survive the labor pains, resolute action, desperate attempt, further efforts, continual efforts, utmost efforts, resume your efforts, endeavor in vain, resolve the crisis, sane solution, brilliant success, partial victory, decisive victory, ultimate victory, worldwide reputation, formula for success, probability of success, speculate about outcome, predict outcome, unfortunate outcome, ironic consequence, successive misfortunes, international deceit. 違うな。intentional deceit. Forge her signature. Ridiculous excuses. Assume full responsibility. Confront him with the evidence. What counts is courage and endurance, patience and determination, devotion and loyalty, spontaneous activities. Focus your thoughts. Ponder nature, free association, profound insight, fulfill your potential, conceive a new solution, alternative solution, marvelous idea, dim recollection, found remembrances, linger in your memory. Lasting impression, accurate prophet, foresee disaster, confirm prophecy, optimistic prediction, pessimistic outlook, gloomy outlooks, dismiss concern that, weather forecast, fashionable topic. Prevailing concept, abstract concept, paradoxical facts, core of the problem, rational explanation, constructive dialogue, substantial argument, odd argument, hasty conclusion, clash of opinions, intervene in a dispute, mediate the talks, assent to the opinion, withdraw your objection, perception of reality, superficial recognition, rely on your own judgment, sober thought, impartial judgment, put emphasis on. Worthy deed, ridicule the suggestion, feel humiliated, critical comment, resent criticism, condemn violence, hurl accusations at, fatal defect, detect the defect, correct the defect. Overlook the fault, personality traits, flexible attitude, indifferent attitude, vulgar curiosity, nasty disposition, melancholy disposition, live in solitude, behave like an idiot, abnormal behavior. Thoughtful person, repay her kindness, spark concern, arouse suspicion, console each other, encouraging words, derive happiness from, sigh of relief, express gratitude, grace and charm, poise and confidence, deserve praise, timid attitude, terrible coward, hold him in contempt, don't be scared, fascinate young, weary look, depressing news, bewildered look. Don't be discouraged, to my dismay, spiritual void, deluge in fantasy, generate illusion, sustain illusion, misery loves company, feeling of awe, dreadful experience, awful screams. Mighty shout, let out a shriek, so bitterly, inferiority complex, superiority complex, restless urge, shudder at the idea, a momentary impulse, restrain the impulse, reproach yourself. Lament his folly, deplore her fate, deplorable event, irritating habits, offend his dignity, inner hostility, inner fury, violent rage, vibrant with rage, don't yell at me. Wicked thought, evil countenance, insane jealousy, vile revenge, mental torment, mental anguish, shabby clothes, coarse cotton cloth, muddy shoes, in filthy rags. Rainproof garment, gorgeous costume, elaborate clothing, gold and silver ornaments, fashion trends, revive the miniskirts, ingenious designer, a fantastic design, assert her individuality, serve refreshments. Serve refreshments. Wholesale diet, balanced nutrition.どこだ？目離しちゃった。 Squeeze an orange, roast peanuts, dissolve sugar, puff on a cigar, refrain from smoking, dip the bread in milk, substitute margarine for butter, alcoholic beverages. Rotten fruit, population density, find lodgings, bachelor apartments, insert a key, peep through the keyhole, creep in stealthily, interior decoration, heating apparatus, fuel reserves. やば出てきた。The blaze in the hearth, illuminate room, soak in the tub, soap bubbles, crack in the wall, dusty corridor, sweep with the broom, clear up the mess, marble floor, tumble down the stairs. やべ、ちょっとトイレかな。ちょっとトイレかな、これ。 よっしゃ。よし。トイレ行ってきました。よし、再開しますか。Launch a satellite. できてるよね。OK。Launch a satellite. Liquid fuel. Lunar orbit. Astronomy and astrology. Law of gravity. Earth's gravitation. Near the equator. Ebb and flow. Geographical boundaries. Countryside scenery. Shady country lane. Thorn bushes. Moist clay. Mossy stones. Swift current. Shallow water. Pebble on the beach. Striking spectacle. Tanned fisherman. Faint beams. よし。Green of light. Wretched village. Abundant resources. Scarce resource. Available resources. Navigate the ship. Primitive navigation. Plunge into the water. Drifting ice. Tip of the iceberg. Temperate climate. Dewdrops. Vanish in the mist. Dense mist. Envelop the town. Frost damage. Thunder and lightning. Scant rainfall. Plague of locusts. Miserable living conditions. Unbearable heat. Fertile soil. Barren desert. Plow fields. Spray pesticide. Beehive. Haystack. Breeds sheep. Herd of cattle. Slaughter the hogs. Daily products. Chop down trees. Axe, blade, tree trunk. Climb the ladder. Trim the branches. Poisonous mushrooms. Peel the potato. Troublesome weed. Weather on the vine. Don't tease animals. Vanishing species. Stray puppy. Fetch. Deer abound. Roaring lion. Growing lioness. Leap upon the prey. Tame the tiger. Flies and mosquitoes. Stink like a bee. Meek as a lamb. Cunning as a fox. Fall into the trap. Striking. Sparkling gold. Frail substance. Bestow the silver medal. よし、終わり。OK です。銀メダルコース OK。ピータン、銀、完走。いやー。よし。止まった？大丈夫？よし。金のフレーズやって、金のセンテンスやって、ピーナッツ英単語、金言って、銀言って、あとは、銅メダルで、いけたら、デュオ。ちょっとデュオはタフだな。まあ、いけたらですね。次は、銅メダル、コースと。7時か。 野球の朝練までに終わらせましょう。よし。せーの。This book 画像変えとこう。This book will enable you to increase your vocabulary, classify verbs, variety of meanings, guess the meaning, convey the meaning, pronounce the word, imitate her pronunciation, read a book aloud, practice makes perfect, speak fluent English, impressive speech, rapid reading, sentence structure, grammatical analysis, English composition, plain language, polite phrase, idiomatic expression, confusing expression, vague term. Your native language, origin of language, language barrier, confident interpreter, refer to a dictionary, translate English into Japanese. Publish a new dictionary, invention on printing, enormous amount of information, provide information, obtain information, absorb information, mere rumor, reveal the secret, concise explanation, effective communication, interpret her look, request an interview, avoid the press, intelligent conversation, lively conversation, respond to the question, frank reply, interpret the speaker, as I mentioned earlier, newspaper advertisement, distribute leaflets, television influence, attract much attention, convince the audience, educate the public, character formation, emphasize individuality, infant education, nursery school, elementary school, secondary education, high school youngsters, graduate from high school, examination hell, tough competition, major in physics, colleague expenses, an eager student, diligent student, ideal method, lay a solid foundation, review the day's lesson, solve a simple problem, tackle difficult problem. Instructive example, favorite subjects, dull lecture, neglect your studies, approaching examination, concentrate on your work, refresh your memory, memorize mechanically, typical mistake, obvious mistake, regret your carelessness, cheat on a test, academic achievement, sufficient ability, win a scholarship, violate a school rule, stable family life, pleasant surroundings, support your family, protect your family, sacrifice your family, desert your children, housewife's role, manage the household, share the housework, depend on your parents, persuade your parents, get your parents' permission, annoy your parents, scold a child. よし、100OK. Distant relative, niece and nephews, philosophy of life, suffer a misfortune, cruel fate, similar circumstances, exchange greetings, associate with foreigners, accept invitation, decline the invitation, entertain guests, familiar faces, frequent visitor, friendly relations, cultivate friendships, assist a friend, personal affairs, respect her privacy, cooperate with others, combine forces, misunderstand his intentions, bother the neighbors' complaints, involve other people, keep bad company, I forbid you to see him again, marriage and divorce, bride and groom, attend a wedding, congratulations. Suitable husband, jealous wife, choose occupation, range of choice, fortunate choice, determine the future, earn a living, work for a company, willing worker, capable employee, prospect for promotion, boast of promotion, instruct the secretary, wage demands, reject the demand, seek expert advice, Propose a compromise, adapt 4-day work week, increase leisure time, labor shortage. Boring job. Responsible position, advance high career, tempting offer, quit the job, former employer, lifetime employment, means of transportation, transport passengers, strict safety measures. Reserve the seat, extend the railway, connect Tokyo and Osaka, train was delayed, I was obliged to wait. Get the driver's license, ride a motorcycle, repair the flat tire, taxi fares, opposite direction. Shift course, remote land, various regions of the world, attractive scenery, cheap package tour, include all expenses, inspect her baggage, attach a label, foreign tourist, staff at the inn. Round the world journey, depart from Narita, postpone the departure, passive amusements, select the channel, declining popularity, moderate exercise, athletic ability, leading athletes, develop your muscles. Congratulate the winner, award a prize, painting and sculptures, paint a landscape, stare at the picture, carve the statue, promote cultural exchange, musical instruments, compose a song, attentive audience. Fairy tale, folk tales, classical literature, stand the test of time, recommend a novel, detective story, capture the reader's imagination, latter half, essence of literature, fulfill responsibility. Justify his conduct, selfish motive, immoral behavior, feel ashamed, burden of guilt, obey your conscience, prefer death to dishonor, insult to common sense, necessary evil, root of all evil. Distinguish between right and wrong, it's your own fault, temples and shrines, 3 major religions, religious ceremony, religious faith, religious zeal, prayer of thanks, attain the peace of mind, souls of the deceased. Ancestor worship, visit her grave, Buddhist priest, Christian saint, disagree about religion, absolute authority, does God exist, haunted house, frightful ghost, unbelievable nightmare. Historian's mission, historical background, examine old documents, culture and tradition, traditional festival, ancient civilization, observe the customs, product of the age, reflect the times, tide of history. Generational conflict, future of mankind, industrial revolution, raw materials, wander around the factory, factory machinery, slaves of the machines, passion for science, science and technology, keen observer. Patient observation, imaginative scholar, conduct research, recent survey, deal with complicated material, reasonable explanation, construct a theory, universal principles, scientific basis, scientific experiment. Spoil the experiment, trial and error, apply the technology, practical application, operate a PC, replace a typewriter, artificial intelligence, emergency energy source, utilize solar energy, chemical substances. Gradual change, vary with the individual, distinct improvement, remain unchanged, cause and effect relationship, investigate the phenomenon, a thorough investigation, various factors, probable results, consider every possibility. Infinite possibilities, likely solution, rare exception, extreme instance, statistics show that, complex calculations, exact figures, specific figures, rough estimate, do your sums. よし、300 OK。 Portion of the whole consists of two parts. Circular motion, measure the length, guess the depth, estimate the width, 15-degree slope. If time permits, waste precious time, lasts forever. Pause for the moment, at regular intervals, keep irregular hours, urgent business, in great haste, on such occasions, current situation, steady income, annual income, standard of living. Modest fortune, purse strings, thick bundle of $100, inherit property, accumulate debt, emerge from poverty, accompany a friend, nearby supermarket, compare prices, complain about high prices, calculate the change, luxuries and necessities, commercial district, productive venture, realize profit, huge profits, mutual benefits, bow to customers, modern economics, supply and demand. Flourishing economy, purchasing power, increased production, economic progress, material prosperity, energy crisis, major threat, affect the entire world, financial ruin, decrease in sales, favor big business, export merchandise, trade surplus, trade deficit, reduce the deficit, prohibit imports of, argue about politics, discuss domestic issues, create ideal society, domestic society. うひょー、疲れてきた。Democracy imperial, freedom of assembly, blessings of freedom, declaration of independence, liberty and equality, political stability, independent country, wealth and power, retain power, establish new government. Welfare project. Approve of the bill, oppose the bill, take a vote, general election, crooked politicians. Civil servants, human dignity, fundamental human rights, suppress human rights. Protest movement, ordinary people, local community, international conference, international cooperation, reach the agreement, law and order, stupid regulations, social injustice, treat people fairly. Severe punishment, bow and arrows, defend the castle, bloody battle, surround the enemy, defeat the foe, naked aggression, horrors of war, poison gas, atomic bomb. 半分。よっしゃー。Prevent nuclear war. Survive the nuclear war. Long for peace. Pray for peace. Secure world peace. Permanent peace. Chase a bank robber. Crime victim. Commit murder. Inform the police. Offer reward. Clear-cut evidence. Convincing proof. Reliable witness. Admit your guilt. Prove your innocence. Resort to violence. Contain violence. Dirty tricks. Deceive the enemy. Terrible confusion. Disorder and chaos. Freeze to death. Starve to death. Automobile accident. timely warning, escape serious injury, minor injury, describe the incident, tragic outcome. The solo survivor, population growth, cute baby, crawl around the house, celebrate your 18th birthday, adult male, grown-up women, mature men, behave properly, alter their behavior. Bodily functions, brain cells, defense mechanism, physical development, average height, physical features, slender figure, resemble your mother, chest and stomach, bite your nails. Bare fist, blood vessels, check his blood pressure, breathe deeply, hold your breath, on an empty stomach, satisfy your hunger, chew and digest, lose your appetite, slight headache. Occasional headaches, turn pale, cough medicine, bitter pills, horrible disease, consult specialist, distinguished surgeon, medical progress, ban smoking, tend a sick person. Pay particular attention, tender loving care, feeble pulse, patient's temperature. Bring the fever down, bind the wound, remove the bandage, cure for the cancer, heal the sick, scream with pain. バテてきた。Relieve the pain, injure your wrist, twist your ankle, cheer up the sick friend, recover from the illness, make a remarkable recovery, regain your strength, improve your diet, mental fatigue, mental strain. Visible light, invisible spectrum, visual perception, excite fresh interest, good intuition, perceive the slight change, see the difference, unconscious habits, display the talent, flash of genius. あと300. Spiritual strength, possess a strong will, demonstrate willpower, inquiring mind, lack willpower, I intend to win. Instinct for self-preservation, definite purpose, principal objective, common ideal. Pursue your goal, pursuit of happiness, maintain hope, seek money and comfort, stick your principle, bend your principle. Worthwhile enterprise, pioneer at a new field, strive for success, devote time and money. Genuine enthusiasm, blood, sweat and tears, conscious efforts, creative endeavor, earnest endeavor, quality before quantity, attempt the impossible, encounter obstacles, immediate solution, handle the situation, conquer your illness, overcome your difficulties, ease an idle life, ability and industry. なぜ能力と勤勉さのインダストリーか。Tolerate uncertainty, endure hardships, grin and bear it, great ambition, honor her achievements, fame and fortune. Good luck, path to glory, seize the opportunity, with no hesitation, leap at the opportunity, absurd adventure, tension and anxieties, quiet your nerves, achieve status, accomplish your aims. Bear fruit, I owe my success to you. Failure and shame, life of despair, thirst for knowledge, acquire wisdom, recognize reality, awaken to reality, adapt to your environment, direct experience. Actual experience, broaden your horizons, stretch your imagination, bounds of imagination, crazy fancy, basic understanding, grasp the outline, art for art's sake, mental faculties, intellectual vigor. An original thinker, superior intellect, inferior intellect, disappear from view, recall her childhood, vivid memory, oh that reminds me, previous arrangement, object to the plan, suggest another option, exhaust your options, useful suggestion, proposal worth studying, advantages and disadvantages, and participate in the discussion, heated discussion, engage in the debate, active debate, serious argument, logical argument. A silly argument, mistaken idea, bold idea, radical opinion, two opposing views, different viewpoints, they differ on this point, conflicts of interest, insist on approach, urge course of action. From all angles, weigh all the factors, global perspective, and concluded that obvious conclusion, trust her judgment, await her approval, value judgment, regard it as a joke, navigate the reactions, positive attitude, deny the facts, ignore request, refuse a request, polite refusal, it is a pity that, resist temptation, yield to temptation, despite authorities, criticize the government, target of criticism, constructive criticism, accuse him of laziness, suspicious look, suspect his motives, distrust and suspicion, facial expressions, favorable impression, mixed emotions, rejoice at the good news. あとちょっとだけど疲れてきた。Tremble with delight, exclaim with delight, weep for joy, loneliness and grief, grieve over the treasure's loss, taste and interest, stimulate his curiosity, likes and dislikes, love and hate, object of my affections. Conceal your disgust, constructive impulses, explode in anger, lose your temper, upset her, amazing fact, astonishing remark, require tremendous courage, admire her courage, exhibit bravery. Sympathize with him, considerate for others, don't be shy, emotional release, loyal support, faithful servant, firm conviction, inspire confidence, greed and envy, generous spirit. Respect your elders, blame your friends, sincere apology, forgive and forget, sense of humor, burst into laughter, grateful look, complete satisfaction, relaxed atmosphere, needle and thread. Sew a button on, loose sweater, tight-fitting jeans, neat appearance, tidy appearance, fur coat, scratch your pocket, leather wallet, do the laundry, food and shelter. Tiny hat, log cabin, modern architecture, construction site, skillful carpenter, neighborhood park, employer gardener, weed garden, mow the lawn, rent apartment. Inconvenient location, decorate room, furnish the room, electronic appliances, convenient device, labor-saving device, waste of electricity, vacant lot, pile of garbage, heap of dishes. Coffee beans, spill coffee, remove stains, pour tea, ripe tomato, delicious meal, add some spice, expensive telescope, stars movements, vast universe. Expanding universe, govern the universe, explore the universe, conquest of the space, female astronaut, our own planet, existence of UFOs, preserve the natural environment, greenhouse effect, disturb the balance of nature, destroy the environment. A big earthquake will occur. Floods and droughts, cold and famine. Steep mountain, edge of the cliff, Earth's atmosphere, Antarctic continent, organized expedition, Arctic Ocean, marine life, surface of the sea, tidal current, calm weather, mild climate, sunbathe on the roof, harmful ultraviolet rays, read the thermometer, maximum rainfall, minimum rainfall, chilly breeze, settle in the valley, rich farmland, sow seeds, raise crops, reap glorious harvests, hill and meadows, dig a well, apple orchard, sour grapes. もうちょい。Bunch of roses, tropical plants, plant hedges, spider's web, parrot in a cage, goose that lays and golden eggs, hate snakes, mad dog, flock of cows, whistle for the dog. Mount pony, inhibit forest, seagull bearing the nuts, king of beasts, flesh-eating animals, the theory of evolution, human evolution, struggle for existence, survival of the fittest, protect wildlife. Consume a lot of paper, valuable minerals, pure gold, yield silver, copper mine, melt metals, miracle has happened. 終わりました。よっしゃ。頭がクラクラする。よし、ということで、朝練もあるし、ここでやめてもいいけどな。今のところ、金フレでフレーズ入れて、金のセンテンスで例文入れまして、そっからピータン、銅、銀、金と3冊。フレーズ入った。例文も入りました。こっからだな。ラストできたら一応行きたいけど、疲れちゃった。いけんのかこれ。音声あったらいけるかな。ラストね。 いやー、一応いけるかどうか。We must respect the will of the individual. 行くか。行けるとこまで行ってみよう。よし。疲れたらすぐやめよう。おっしゃ。ラスト10いけるとこまでいきます。画像はデュオになってるね。 OK です。よし。We must respect the will of the individual. Take it easy. I can assure that everything will turn out fine. Let go of your negative outlook on life. Always maintain a positive attitude. You should be fair to everyone, regardless of national origin, gender, or creed. Equality guaranteed by Constitution. He leaned against the pillar and gazed at the Statue of Liberty. A woman passed by me, giving off the settled scent of perfume. It reminded me of my ex-girlfriend. Natto smells awful but tastes terrific. I'm soaked with sweat. Stand back, you stink, take a shower. Bob was so beside himself that he could scarcely tell fact from fiction. His new novel, which combines prose with his gift of poetry, is going to be published. An up-to-date edition of the encyclopedia will come out next month. Miss Yamada translated a fascinating fairy tale into plain Japanese. The following passage is quoted from a well-known fable. Are you familiar with contemporary literature? I know next to nothing about it. At times, I confuse curve with curve. Don't be shy, your pronunciation is more or less correct. This article contains tips for those who are eager to increase their vocabulary. His latest work on display at the City Hall, The Fabulous Beyond Description. Could you move a little? Oh, sorry, I didn't realize I was taking up so much space. What this ugly object? This is a piece of abstract art. I begged Richie to lend me $100, but he shook us saying I'm broke too. I'm up to buy things on impulse whenever something is on sale, so am I. As it is, ordinary people cannot afford to purchase such luxuries. As we anticipated, unemployment rate has risen 3 quarters in a row. I have to cut my expenses, so now I own going to keep track on them on a daily basis. In any case, the union has to compromise to a certain extent. Company mechanics are in great demand, so they earn decent wages. The president announced a concrete plan to carry out welfare reform. His policy will no doubt lead to dismal consequences. It needs a thorough review. It goes without saying, the aging of society is inevitable. Please take a look at this chart. It indicates juvenile delinquency is on the increase at an alarming rate. In many business districts, there are a lot of vacant lots which have been for sale for years. The population density in the metropolis is gradually decreasing. In all likelihood, the birth rate will decline steadily for years to come. The power plant supplied the remote county with electricity. You're not allowed to disoperate this device without permission. In fact, inhabitants have exposed to radiation. One cannot emphasize too much potential danger of nuclear energy. For years, the press overlooked the problem, but now, if anything, they are making too much of it. As well as cultivating grain, the farmer runs a grocery store. The research institute was established in the late 1960s. Why don't you consult Stan in person? He is by far the most prominent attorney around here. I'll write it down just in case because I have a bad memory. The lawyer recommended that his client take a legal action against the insurance company. They're entitled to be compensated for their injuries. So far, no less than 200 people have died of the flu epidemic. The effect of those pills is intense but brief. He has a habit of biting his nails. It's absolutely disgusting. My grandma strained her back when she bent down to hug my son. If you have a stiff neck, try a herbal remedy. いやー、つらい。ここまでかな。ここまでですね。はあ。よし、ということで最終的にはちょっと授業未完でしたがちょっとバテちゃったのでここまでにしてということで金のフレーズインプットそして金のセンテンスこっちは読めましたそれとこの3部作ピータンの銀、金3冊フレーズ全部入れましてできたらこの流れでデュオ完走したかったんですがちょっとやめときますまあこの辺でいいかなよしということで前回は単語音読ターゲットとパスタン準1級とパスタン1級やって今日はフレーズと例文音読しましたまた自習配信しながらね自分でもインプットをたくさんしてそして、アウトプットやアウトプット等につなげていきたいと思いますということでご視聴ありがとうございました